Hey guys, a warm welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing my honest experience with the Giantex U-shaped raised garden bed, and I've been using this for a while now in my backyard setup for growing vegetables and a few flowers. If you're someone who wants to get into gardening without dealing with messy ground soil or poor layout, this kind of raised planter can seriously change the way you grow plants at home. So first, let's talk about the overall design because that's the biggest reason people look at this product. This is a U-shaped raised garden bed, which basically means it wraps around you while you're standing in the middle. And I'll be honest, this design is actually a game changer. Instead of walking around a traditional rectangular bed and constantly bending or stretching, here you can just stand in one spot and reach all sides easily. It saves effort, feels more organized, and just makes the whole gardening process smoother and less tiring. The size is pretty large, around 92.5 inches long and 95 inches wide with a height of about 11 inches, so you're getting a lot of planting space. I've used it to grow things like tomatoes, leafy greens, herbs, and even some flowers, and there's more than enough room to separate different types of plants without overcrowding. If you like having a neat and structured garden instead of random pots everywhere, this setup looks way cleaner and more put together. Now let's talk about the material. It's made from wood, and it gives off a very natural, simple look that actually blends nicely into a backyard or even a patio setup. It doesn't feel like cheap plastic or something temporary. At the same time, it's lightweight enough that you can move parts around during assembly without struggling too much. Once it's set up, it feels stable and holds its shape well even when filled with soil. Assembly is something a lot of people worry about, but honestly, it's pretty straightforward. It comes with pre-cut panels and basic instructions, and you don't need to be some expert builder to put it together. It took me a bit of time, but nothing frustrating. If you've ever assembled basic furniture, this is actually easier than that. Just make sure you set it up on a flat surface so everything aligns properly. One thing I really liked after setting it up is how much better the soil control is compared to planting directly in the ground. You can choose your own soil mix, which means better drainage, better nutrients, and overall healthier plants. Especially if your natural ground soil isn't great, this makes a huge difference. My plants grew more evenly, and I noticed fewer issues with water pooling or uneven growth. Another big advantage is that it helps reduce strain on your body. Since it's raised, you don't have to bend down as much as you would with ground-level gardening. It's not super tall, but combined with the U-shaped design, it still feels more comfortable to work with. If you're spending a lot of time planting, watering, or trimming, that comfort actually matters more than you think. Now, it's not perfect, because nothing ever is. Since it's made of wood, you do need to think about weather exposure over time. If you leave it completely untreated in heavy rain or strong sun for long periods, the wood may start to wear down eventually. Some people choose to seal it or add a protective layer to make it last longer, which is something I'd recommend if you want to use it for multiple seasons. Also, the height is around 11 inches, which works great for most vegetables and flowers, but if you're planning to grow deep root plants like carrots or larger root crops, you might feel a bit limited. In that case, you'd either need deeper soil preparation or a different type of planter. Overall, I'd say this is a really solid option if you want a clean, organized, and efficient gardening setup at home. The U-shaped design genuinely makes a difference in how easy it is to manage your plants. The size gives you plenty of room to grow different things, and the wooden build adds a nice natural touch to your space. It's simple, practical, and does exactly what it's supposed to do without overcomplicating anything. If you want to check the current price, click the link below for the best price. For anyone trying to upgrade their home gardening setup without going full professional mode, this is definitely something worth considering.